Shalom, shalom. HALALYAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great milestone and teaching them well. Peace and salutations be to the full elect. But that tells them goodbye, coming at you with a quick lesson. This is going to be going into this picture where it talks about answers. And you got two lines. And it says answers at the top. And the arrow pointing left says simple but wrong. And the arrow pointing right says complex but right. Alright. And with that, we're going to get into these scriptures that I posted under it. It was a post I made on IG a while ago. It says Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. And look at how many people are in that line, going into the way of destruction, man. You know, because they don't want to study for themselves and get the word, you know, get the understanding for themselves. They want to go and have somebody else teach it to them. You know, they got the saying that goes, the Bible is true, you know, just don't let a liar teach it to you, you know. So you got people saying, oh, it's a book written by man, it's a fairy tale book, you know, but they be in school reading these fucking science books and these fucking history books that was also written by men, but they believe them wholeheartedly, you know, and they never question them, you know. But when it comes to the scriptures, when it comes to telling them how to live their life, to do the right things, how to do the right things to please the Lord, YAHAWASHI, they got all the excuses in the world, man. You know how the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. So they're gonna find an excuse according to their will, according to what they want to do. You know, they're gonna find some excuse just to keep living in pleasure for their own selves, man. They want to please their own bodies. You know, say live and go right and chase after their lusts like beasts. The scripture calls them natural brute beasts that made to be taken and destroyed. You know, Second Ezra tells you that they were born in vain. You know, let the multitude perish them which were born in vain. And look what you got in the wrong line. It says the multitude. You got the multitude going in the wrong line. Simple but wrong. You know, you had a time where prophets were on the earth and they said, what? Speak not unto us right things, but prophesy deceits. Speak smooth things, prophesy deceits. You know, this is what Jake wanted to hear. So now they got to a point where they can't even get the truth even if they wanted to, man. Verse 14, it says, because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. You only got one person walking down that line on the right side, man. It says complex but right, you know. And when we come into this truth, we found that it was complex because you had to cut off things that were of the world that you would just so naturally go into. If you had a lust for this, you would just go and do it, you know. But when you came into the truth, you had to learn how to not do that, how to keep yourself from doing certain things that was wrong for you. You learned that majority of things you've been doing was wrong, and it was bad for you, and it was unpleasing to the Lord. So you had to stop it and cut it out. And you may have had, you know, struggles doing it, and that's the battle you must fight. Because you're fighting against this flesh, which is lusting to do the things to please itself, when you got the spirit, which is now awoken, which is lusting to do the things that please the Lord, man. You know, and that's a good lust to do. You know, to want to do the things that please the Lord. That's the spirit, man. You know, you got the scripture says, as it is written, you know, roughly paraphrasing, the flesh and the spirit wrestle against each other. You know, so that you may not do what you will. You know, you got the spirit wrestling against the flesh, and the flesh wrestling against the spirit, man. They're fighting each other constantly going through that battle. You know, this is the condition of the battle, man. And you have to overcome it in the end, or guess what? You're gonna be destroyed. You know, you got to be so seasoned in this fight. You get so seasoned in this fight, you know how to fight it when it comes at its strongest. You know, this is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 7 verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. So it's you know, it's a dangerous walk, man. You know, you got a fire on the right hand side and a deep water on the left hand side. You know, you got all these seducing spirits trying to come and seduce you to get, you know, fall from the right path. You got lusts trying to seduce you to sin. You know, you're fighting against this fucking body. You're fighting against spiritual wickedness in high places. You know, you're fighting against all kinds of things, man. You know, and it's hard, you know, but you got to endure. Scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. You have to keep fighting this shit off all the way into the end, you know. But these damn natural brute beasts, they're not even aware of the battle. They never knew that there was a battle. Only we that are in this truth and are enlightened, You know, the water and all glory and honor and praises be to YAHAWASHI for giving us this enlightenment. Only we are understand the battle. Only we know the battle that we must fight. I mean, we fight it every day, man. You know, not everybody understands what we go through. We're on a different level in this world. We're in a different realm. You know, we see things differently. You can watch a movie with a regular two-third ass nigga, and y'all looking at two different movies. You looking at the subliminal messages and the signs that they're trying to do to take you out. This devil that rules the world is trying to put into these movies, you know, and their messages, the subliminal messages to destroy your minds. And they looking at it for face value as if, oh, this is a good ass movie. Wow, it's entertainment. Nah, but we looking at the, you know, depth of things. We're looking for spiritual messages. You know, it says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. All right, so that's that's a very narrow path, man. You know, and you're looking at everybody in the world. You know, I just got through going through it with this woman, man. You know, she was telling me how she was trying to argue with me about how everybody, there's churches all over the world and everybody's in the churches and they're doing good, and you know, they found the truth, they found the Lord and this and that, man. But it's not really the case. The multitude are there. That's where the multitude is. You know, I told her straight up, hey, the right path, the truth, you know, to find the truth, it's very narrow, and you have to be chosen to find that, man. You know, it ain't gonna help you if you just, you know, going off into all these other, you know, trying to run into all these other churches and find it. You ain't gonna find it in public. You ain't gonna, I shouldn't say in public. You ain't gonna find it in fucking a church, fucking business home. That's a business, man. They then turned the churches to marketplaces. Churches ain't churches no more. They're marketplaces, man. You know, you ain't gonna find it there. You're gonna find it somewhere on the highways and hedges where the Lord told them to go, you know, bid to the marriage. Told the disciples to go bid to the marriage, man. You know, but it says simple but wrong, pointing to the left, complex but right, pointing to the right, man. You know, so if you follow down that complex but right path, you're gonna get that salvation, man. You know, Lord willing, we be of those men, we be of that number. Continue down the right path. Not everybody understands the path you're taking. They may look at you like you're a weirdo. They may look at you confused and ostracize you because you're probably one of the only ones taking that path in the vicinity, man. You know, and everybody else is taking the other path. Well, to be truthful, to be honest, you know, the path that you're taking may look dangerous, and the path that they're taking may look sweet. But at the end of your path, it's righteousness and peace. And at the end of their path, it's wickedness and death. You know, they may see flowers blooming on their path. You may see fire, water, and deep waters, and all kinds of dangers, and they just see pleasures. That's all they see, and they take that route. And we take the route of the dangerous route, because we know that the Lord is at the end of that route, you know, and we end up getting into a chariot, beamed into a chariot because of it, and they walk right into the nuclear fire, thermonuclear fire, man, you know. But I truly hope this quick hit was edifying to you. Occupant, I want to listen to truth and sincerity. Until next meal, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises unto the Almighty Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Until next time, I do say shalom.